When attaching clay pieces together, you need slip. It's a combination of clay and water, typically combined and mixed until it makes a yogurty paste. This acts as the glue to help stick your clay pieces together. You need blending and smoothing tools. I've got an arrangement here. And scoring tools. Scoring tools are basically just anything with a little bit of a sharp tip to it. It helps you scratch up the clay so that it all sticks together. You need your clay ball and you need your name tag label. This will help me know that your clay project is yours when you turn it in. When people think about attaching clay together, they think they should just smush it together like this. Wrong. You're missing a few steps. If you just attach your clay like this, you run the risk of it drying at different speeds and falling apart. I've had a lot of clay projects lose legs, arms, and tails because they forgot these few steps. Instead, use score, slip, stick, and smooth. First, you score the clay. To score means to scratch or roughen up the surface. I'm using a paper clip, but you can use anything with a little bit of a point. Don't forget to score both pieces that you're planning to attach together. You want to make sure and scratch it up nice. I like to picture Wolverine invited to a birthday party. You want to scratch it up good. When using slip, it's important to only use a fingertip amount at a time. You don't want to stick your clay project into the slip container. It's going to make your project fall apart and get super sticky and hard to work with. Instead, just use a fingertip or a clay tool if you don't want to get your fingers dirty. Make sure and cover both pieces where you scored so that you can attach your clay together. The third S is to stick and the fourth S is to smooth. It's important to stick them together and start to smooth so that the clay has a nice seamless joint. I'm using a clay tool here to help me smooth because my fingers are a little bit too big, but you can use your fingers as well. Now that I've scored, slipped, stuck, and smoothed my clay together, I'm going to do the pull apart test. Pulling both pieces apart, I notice that they're harder to take apart. That means I did my job well and it's not going to fall apart while drying. I'm going to show you the score, slip, stick, and smooth process again with these pieces of clay. Taking a scoring tool, I'm going to scratch both pieces that I want to attach. Now, to know exactly where I want to stick this top part of the hat onto the brim, I'm going to make some little markers to help me know where to start and stop my scoring. I'm going to measure with the scoring tool, and that helps me know how far out to bring my scoring lines. Scratching them up nice, I'm getting ready to add some slip from my slip container. I want to make sure and add slip to both pieces. Don't want to just do one side, want to do both. And I'm only adding it on top of where I scored. Don't add slip to the rest of your piece. It'll make your piece really hard to work with. This part of the piece, I added too much slip, so I'm scoring on top of that again just to make sure. Now I'm sticking them together, and it's time to smooth. When I smooth, I don't want to add any extra slip. That'll make this really hard to work with, so instead I'm taking my clay tool and I'm using that to smooth out the edges and further attaching the two pieces together. No matter what you're making, whether it's the hexagons on your soccer ball, the eye for your puppy dog, or the legs on your turtle, don't forget the 4 S's.